Can ICE enter your place of business?
Where's the warrant? You can't go behind there. Where's the warrant?
It's an electronic warrant.
That is a no, with an asterisk. As guaranteed by the Fourth Amendment in 1948's Johnson v. United States, all private areas, that is, areas where customers are not permitted in a business, constitute a socially reasonable, subjective expectation of privacy and therefore require a judicial warrant to access. ICE cannot enter these areas without the consent of the shop owner, nor can they inquire about any persons or documents in these private areas. These permissions, though, don't necessarily apply to public spaces, such as dining areas, the service counter, or entryways. Now, that being said, Title II of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 prohibits discrimination by places of public accommodation on the basis of race, sex, color, religion, and national origin, but it does not based on occupation. Refusal based on occupation is considered non-discriminatory, especially when cited due to potentially disruptive behavior, safety concerns, or dress codes. So in this case, businesses may refuse ICE agents an especially entry, provided there's written notice on the business or an employee present to refuse said entry. The experience at Rectangle Pizza on the corner of Lyndale and Lake Street, perfectly justified, as is the harassment of the ICE officers outside the building. 1949's Terminello v. Chicago asserts that freedom of speech, although not absolute, is protected against censorship or punishment unless it's shown likely to produce a clear and present danger. And in 1969's Brandenburg v. Ohio, it was backed up by declaring the government cannot punish inflammatory speech unless that speech is directed to inciting or producing imminent lawless action. That is to say, threatening. How'd you like it if I came over there and beat you up? That's hypothetical. That's protected. Saying, I'm coming to your home and beating you tonight. That's prohibited. Threaten to overthrow the government? That's protected. Have a formulated plan to overthrow the government? Now that's illegal. 2011 Snyder v. Phillips upheld that deeply offensive speech is still protected because allowing punishment based on emotional harm would be considered unworkable and dangerous. 2012's U.S. v. Alvarez reinforces there being no exception for false statements either, given, quote, the common understanding that some false statements are inevitable if there is to be an open and vigorous expression of views in a public and private conversation. Most recently, 2024's NRA v. Vullo asserts the First Amendment prohibits government officials from wielding their power selectively to punish or suppress speech, including through private intermediaries. There are so many more cases that it would take forever to go through all of them. The important thing is, as long as it doesn't constitute an imminent threat, we can say it, and they have to suck it up. That's America. If they punish us, that is, say it with me, against the laws of America,